Bitcoin is going to zero.
Bitcoins.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoins.
Bitcoin, the future of money.
There's one major thing. It's been a mystery for years. Who created Bitcoin?
When Satoshi Nakamoto published the Bitcoin white paper in 2008, it not only introduced the world to cryptocurrency, but also sparked one of the most intriguing mysteries in tech history. Satoshi vanished into the digital ether in 2011, leaving behind a legacy that has puzzled researchers, journalists, and crypto aficionados alike. But who could Satoshi Nakamoto really be? Among the leading candidates is Hal Finney, a well-regarded cryptographer, programmer, and a pioneer in the digital privacy and cryptographic community. His early involvement with Bitcoin and his prominent contributions to the field make him an intriguing figure in this discussion. Finney was the first person to receive a Bitcoin transaction directly from Nakamoto himself. Given this early interaction, could Hal Finney be the mastermind behind Bitcoin? In 2008, when Nakamoto published the Bitcoin white paper, Hal Finney was one of the first people to engage with it. He was familiar with the cryptographic principles discussed in the paper and could be often seen in forums explaining the tech. Finney's technical expertise seems to align closely with the principles behind Bitcoin. He was an expert in cryptography, having worked on the development of Pretty Good Privacy, a widely used encryption program that provides privacy and authentication for emails and texts. While these points are compelling, we must also consider the counterarguments. There are several factors that cast doubt on the theory that Hal Finney was, in fact, Satoshi Nakamoto. In 2009, Hal Finney was diagnosed with ALS, a debilitating disease that would ultimately take his life in 2014. This presents a challenge to the theory that he could have been actively involved in Bitcoin's development for an extended period. Could he have maintained the level of engagement necessary to sustain Bitcoin's early development while fighting health issues? Another issue is the style of Nakamoto's writings. While there are some similarities between the two, it seems to be that Nakamoto's communication style is often described as more formal and detached. While Hal Finney was undoubtedly an early adopter and supporter of Bitcoin, the timeline is another issue. There is a gap between the release of the Bitcoin white paper and when Finney became fully involved. Questions remain. Another promising candidate is the American programmer Nick Szabo. Szabo's BitGold proposal from 2005 bears a striking resemblance to Bitcoin's design. It shared concepts such as decentralized control and the use of cryptographic proofs, suggesting a connection from Szabo to Nakamoto. Linguistic analysis has been employed to draw parallels between Szabo and Satoshi. A study conducted by Aston University in 2014 found similarities in writing styles between Szabo's known works and the Bitcoin white paper, hinting at the possibility that they could be from the same pen. In addition, there's an intriguing moment from an interview in 2017 where Szabo appeared to fumble his words.
Oh no, I definitely go for a second layer. I mean, I designed Bitcoin Gold with 2 layers because
such a slip could be interpreted as a Freudian slip, revealing his true involvement in the creation of Bitcoin. It has to be pointed out that Szabo has consistently rejected claims linking him to Satoshi Nakamoto. Despite the intriguing coincidences, there's no direct evidence, no emails, no forum posts, no concrete link that undeniably proves Szabo's involvement. Additionally, one must consider the purpose of anonymity if Szabo were indeed Satoshi. Szabo has been open about his contributions to cryptography and smart contracts. Why then adopt a pseudonym for Bitcoin unless there was a strategic or personal reason beyond just maintaining privacy? While the case for Nick Szabo being Satoshi Nakamoto is compelling, it remains speculative at best. We are left with a conundrum where the evidence is circumstantial, and the truth might be locked away behind layers of intentional obscurity.
Who is Satoshi Nakamoto?
I mean, none, but if you want to find out. I mean, listen, everybody knows who was involved back then in history.
Right.
Google.
Right.
You know, you got Dr. Adam Back. Run some authoring software against it because everybody involved, especially Dr. Back, had written dozens of technical papers.
Adam Back, a British cryptographer, is not just another name thrown into the Satoshi speculation pool. His involvement in the cryptocurrency space goes back to the 90s, aligning him closely with the timeline and ethos of Bitcoin's creation. Back's work on Hashcash, published in 1997, is pivotal. Hashcash uses a proof-of-work algorithm to prevent email spam, a concept that Bitcoin repurposes for its mining process. Satoshi specifically cited Bak's work in the Bitcoin white paper, which is often seen as more than just a courtesy. It's a nod to an influential idea that became central to Bitcoin's functionality. Linguistic analysis has been another tool used to connect Bak to Satoshi. Both use British spelling and double spacing in their writings, which is less common among American candidates. Their writing styles, particularly in technical discussions, bear similarities, hinting at a common authorial hand. In terms of technical prowess, Adam Bak's background in cryptography and distributed systems from Exeter University aligns well with the expertise needed to create Bitcoin. His proficiency in C++, the language in which Bitcoin was originally coded, adds to the case. Moreover, Bak's involvement in the cypherpunk community, advocating for privacy and digital cash, mirrors the ideological underpinnings of Bitcoin. However, the theory isn't without its detractors or counterpoints. Adam Bak has publicly denied being Satoshi Nakamoto. In response to speculation, particularly after a video by the YouTube channel Barely Sociable titled Unmasking Satoshi Nakamoto suggested Bak might be Satoshi, he took to X to clarify that he is not the Bitcoin creator. Bak described the timing and similarities as mere coincidence, emphasizing that he was more focused on his own projects like Blockstream rather than claiming Bitcoin's creation. Skepticism also arises from the fact that Bak didn't immediately engage with Bitcoin after its launch. He only became a vocal supporter and participant years later, which some argue doesn't fit the profile of someone who would have poured years into its creation anonymously. Whether or not Bak is Satoshi, his impact on the world of cryptocurrency is undeniable. And in the cryptic world of Bitcoin, where anonymity is both a shield and a challenge, the mystery of Satoshi Nakamoto continues to captivate us all.